Hello, Outperformers. Hope you're having a great week. And if you've heard me speak live, you know that I talk a lot about the importance of being fundamentally sound. And the same exact way that a football player, basketball player, baseball player, hockey player, golfer needs to be fundamentally sound to achieve success, we all need to be quote unquote fundamentally sound to outperform and achieve our highest level of business success. And if you're not an NBA basketball fan, Tim Duncan retired this week. And his nickname was actually the Big Fundamental. So hence this video and why it's being recorded. But I've told you that I'm compelled to listen to people or to look at people that are chronic winners and have achieved really high levels of success, because success leaves clues in any area of life. And in Tim Duncan's case, widely regarded as the greatest power forward in NBA history, played in the league for 19 seasons, 15-time All-Star, 5-time NBA champion, and he actually, over the 19-year span of his career, has the highest winning percentage in the history of North American sports. Any sport that we're talking about. It's a 710 winning percentage. So the guy is just a crazy winner. And you look at part of the reason, well, why did that happen? Well, he was very fundamentally sound. As a power forward, if you look at the fundamentals of basketball with dribbling, shooting, rebounding, playing defense, things like that, he was very fundamentally sound in all of those areas. I guess maybe minus dribbling, because he was a power forward, so he didn't necessarily have to do that. But that's ultimately what he based his game off of. And because he was so good in those very specific areas, he ended up going down as one of the greatest players in NBA history. And the way that I think this relates to all of us is, you know what? All of us are trying to do more with less in every area of our life, right? There's just so much to do, so little time. And we love to think that life and business is kind of this huge, complex puzzle that is just so difficult to solve. And it's really not. And when I talk about being fundamentally sound, what I'm really talking about is I'm talking about simplifying your life. And I'm talking about looking at things, and let's just take it from a professional perspective. If you want to have any level of outperforming the norm or success in your professional life, I'm betting that if you really break it down and if you really look at the fundamentals of what you really need to be good at to achieve a higher level of success professionally, you will come up with probably no more than 3 to 5 basic fundamentals of what you really need to do. Now, I'm not saying, again, we're all trying to do more with less, and we're all stressed with too much to do in too little time. So I'm not saying that you don't have 100 different tasks that you do every single day, but I'm just talking about from an outperforming perspective, the way that outperformers wake up and they think about, you know what, how can I get just a little bit better today? Is to look at and to simplify and to say, you know what, like let's say that I'm a sales professional, okay? Well, I need to wake up and I need to either be prospecting and presenting, I need to be following up, perhaps I need to be working on my mindset and kind of what's going on in here, or I need to work on maybe technical knowledge of my product idea or service. And those are kind of my 4 buckets. And I know that if I'm not spending the lion's share of my day working on one of these basic fundamentals, then I'm more or less wasting my time, because I'm not getting kind of quote unquote more fundamentally sound. You know what? If you're in the C-suite or upper level management, your job is probably to cast vision for the organization, to look at kind of the long-term strategic plan through a telescope, not through a microscope, and to basically look at, you know what, how can this business run more effectively and efficiently? Is to think of it like that. And this holds true for any position, regardless of what it is that you're in. And I'm telling you, you know, a lot of you out there have probably also read the book Outperform the Norm. Like if you were to look at the basic fundamentals, in my eyes, of at least what leads to an outperforming life, my fundamentals were health, happiness, high performance. That's why it's the 3 sections of the book. And of course, you can look at it and you can say, all right, if those are the 3 basic fundamentals of an outperforming life, now you can start to look at it and you can say, okay, well, what are my tasks that will lead to higher levels of health? Well, working out, nutrition, hydration, sleep, so on and so forth. Happiness, life being a team sport, involving others, having gratitude, doing things that are intrinsically enjoyable. And high performing, where I think we're driven by growth and progress and kind of doing something meaningful and worthwhile. So looking at progressing and looking at doing things on a higher performing level as well. You can break all of life personally and professionally down into basic fundamentals. And I think if you can really look at it, if you can think about what basic fundamentals, if I discipline myself to become really good and world class at these, let's say 3 to 5 things, will really move the needle for me, either personally or professionally, and then schedule your tasks and schedule those disciplines accordingly, I guarantee you're going to achieve a new level of success. You're going to be incredibly healthy, happy, and high performing, and you're just going to achieve better levels of success all around. So again, taking a lesson from Tim Duncan, the big fundamental on being fundamentally sound in all areas of life. Hope this video served you. I wish you a great day and outperform the norm. Take care.